What is up, people? So this is gonna be a fun one. It's gonna be a interesting one. I know earlier we got a little out of hand with the shit talking, but it was fun. But guess what? You thought that was bad. Well, this is what this channel's for. From now on, when I got something negative to say, when I have something to, it's a point to make, it'll be done here. I suggest you guys let everyone know and subscribe to this channel because I won't be holding back here. I won't be holding back at all. I've invited Dan. I don't know if he'll show, but the reality of it is that we're gonna go over some of this footage that he's presented and see if he can kind of deal with it. It's not even that it. Here's what's even worse. Let me make it a little clearer for everyone. Dan, the Waterman, he likes to present what he is considered as undeniable flat Earth evidence. The problem with what he is saying is that he doesn't even know what he's talking about. How does he have a damn clue how something works, and then something to present if he doesn't even know how the experiments work? Doesn't make sense. We're gonna start off pretty quick. I'm gonna say what's up to Crash. Let me make sure everyone can hear him. You there, Crash?
Yep.
All right. So this is how it's gonna work because this is gonna be a little different. The only way everyone's gonna be able to hear the audio is if I actually flip it, or if I make my speakers play into my microphone. So this is what's gonna happen. I have pretty much cut up. I have time slots of what I want to watch and what we're going to go over. So while we're watching it, we're going to be silent in the chat or in the Hangout. Then once we stop it, pause it. You guys got to give me a second, and then we're going to go ahead and talk over, or go ahead and talk about what we were looking at. And if we need to, we can rewind and fast forward and just do it muted while we're doing that part of it. But the reality of what's going to happen is that we're going to break this down with logic. We're going to break it down. We really need to make it clear what's understood and what is being just complete bullshit is what I say. It was how I see it. So
these are Dan's videos we're going to watch then?
Okay, let's get one thing straight. No. Not one of these are Dan's. Dan took these from whoever else did him and passes them as their evidence. He'll try to keep a safeguard and he'll say, "Oh, well, I don't know. I don't know," which we'll be playing some of those excerpts later because he likes to say that, but he likes to act as if he knows what he's talking about. He can sit in my chat and talk shit. He can sit and act like he was part of these experiments, but it's become very clear that Dan has no clue what he's talking about. He likes to use these things as his evidence for whatever reason, but regardless, it's just not true. So he says, he's in my chat right now. He's saying, "I'm here for you, flip-flopper." That's funny because I'm not a flip-flopper, and Dan, I actually got audio of you saying, "You're not really even a flat earther or a globe earther. You're just here for your reason. You're using flat earth as your platform, so we all really know you're full of shit. And if you want to lie and say you didn't, don't worry, buddy. I have all those clips ready." So the last thing Dan wanted to say is, let's get many things straight. Shawn asked me to understand refraction. I sent him one video to watch. Yeah, Dan. Speaking of which, you sent me this one. Now, I want to make something very clear. You can unmute yourself right now, Crash. It's not going to be this one is not going to have audio. It's crap all the way through, but it's more than enough to show that Dan doesn't know a damn thing what he's talking about. We're going to go over this first one. Dan, if you feel the need to come in here and have a conversation, just understand that in this channel, I'll boot the fucking shit out. I don't give a fuck. So you either come in respectful or you won't come on at all. That is your choice. You don't like it? Tough shit. Stay in the chat, talk shit there, but do not, I repeat, do not come in here derailing my stream. Period. Now, oh, don't worry, buddy. We're going to go over that one as well. Yeah. You begged me to watch and review these, and after watching and review these, I have no idea why the fuck you wanted me to do that, because guess what's going to happen? You're going to make yourself look like a fool again. Now, Dan, are you capable of coming onto this hangout and explaining your side without derailing and without ignoring? Because here's the thing. You will listen. You will talk when allowed, and I will allow you to talk, but I'm not going to let you ramble on. And I'm here to get answers. We're going to figure this out with answers, not your bullshit and rhetoric. So,
just to make sure I'm on the same page, this is the guy the other night that asked a question and posted the citation, but knew none of the math behind the 11 pages, right?
absolutely.
Okay.
Yep. So, this is what we're going to do. And I've made it very clear. Actually, I can't really do that. I'll put it in the chat. I don't really care. Dan, do not come in here if you're not willing to follow the rules of this channel. Understand that. This is not my Shawn G channel. This is a very militant, I don't give a fuck channel. And I'm here to crush Flat Earth when I'm here. When you see Truth Army Soldier, I'm crushing shit. Here for a reason. Get ready. So I repeat, do not come here if you're not willing to listen to the host of this stream. And so we're going to go ahead and look at this. So Dan wanted me to look at this thing to essentially crush it, I guess. So the title of this upload is Research Flat Earth P900 Sunset Zoom sends the sun right back up into the sky. This should be a good one. Crash, do you think this is going to be a good one? What do you think?
Yeah. Do I need to watch it on YouTube, or are you going to screen share in the meet?
I'm going to screen share.
Okay. Yep. This ought to be interesting.
Like I said, this one, you can stay unmuted. This one isn't going to be a sound one. There's no talking in this one. 1 second, people. I'm sharing it so Crash can see it on the inside. Oh, thanks, Dan. Thanks for letting me watch this by myself. So let's do this. Again, this is Dan's version of the boat over the curvature. You know how they say it's flat, and if you zoom in with a P900, you bring the boat back in, shows no curve. Well, this is
this is the same thing you tried to tell me I couldn't do the sunsets with the drones last night when I was drunk.
Now here's the difference. The sun doesn't go anywhere. The camera zooms into that bright, gloppy object. Oh, wait. Let's let the video speak for itself, and then we'll talk about it.
These people really don't care about their camera sensors, do they?
Nope. No filter, zoom in. But here's the funny part. It didn't prove a damn thing. Not one damn thing. Go ahead and talk if you want through it, because I want to see, or I don't know what the hell I'm looking at. I'm playing with my watch page. But this. Bring it back, and we'll watch it as we talk about it. Step 1, Dan. Pick better quality. Oh, I'm so happy you said that. So Dan decided to say in the chat there, curve. I was just at the Discord, my bad. Crash. He says, I never made any claims. Poor Shawn is avoiding the issues of my not understanding refraction. Well, here's the thing. I gave you opportunity to come on here and explain yourself. Now, Dan, you just made a very bold claim again. And I thought it was pretty clear that I don't like when people do that. and they don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. So to get my point across, let's hear Dan tell us how he knows what refraction is. Granted, though, he sits in the chat here telling me how he never did. And let me make it clear again. Welcome to the Truth Army Soldier channel. This is where I don't give a fuck. This is where Flat Earth ends. I'm going to debunk, I'm going to crush, I'm going to show the dishonesty in Dan and most Flat Earthers from this channel. If I'm live here and you don't have thick skin and you're a Flat Earther, bye. If you want to come on my panel and you don't understand, shut the fuck up. Wait for your turn. Do not ramble on. Do not come on to this one, because this one I don't care. I don't care. Will I get triggered? Not here. Not at all. Why? I'm in control. That's why. So Dan, you want to lie and you want to say stupid shit. So let's go into what Dan does on the side. Let's go. Do we want to do Dan dumb answers denying or Dan refraction BS Jose? Which one? You pick, Crash.
I was turning off stuff in the shop. I didn't hear you, Shawn.
Oh, okay. I said, do you want to watch Dan dumb answers denying or Dan refraction BS Jose?
Oh, the BS Jose, because I was there for that one.
Okay, let's do that one. And there we go. Let me go pause that. Okay, so now this is going to be one that we got to kind of play on the cuff when it comes to how we're going to play it. This one does have sound, obviously. So, Crash, I'm going to have to ask you not to speak. And then that way I can turn my speakers on, and then that way you'll be able to hear it as well.
No problem.
All right. And just so you understand, hey Dan, yeah, those are, I'm gonna say my stupid rules. The stupid rules are, Dan, you will not be over talking people. You will not go long-winded forever. And hey, if you can't understand that and you can't listen, don't come. And yeah, I'm sorry, Dan. No one can talk while we're listening to you bullshit, because I have to play through my speakers, and if you talk, you'll blow everybody's ears out that's listening, and that's not going to happen today. So again, if you're going to come on right now, while this is playing, you will mute yourself. I will then pause it, and then you can then talk. If you don't like it, tough shit. Crash seems to have no problem with it, so you shouldn't have either. Period. Understand? If you don't, oh well. So let's get into this. Where's my OBS? Make sure that's going. Turn that off. All right, here we go.
Shawn, can I just respond to the listen? We talked about refraction. I looked it up since. I posted the video since. It's nothing to argue. I don't bring you the same crap. It's the crap. Right?
Same crap.
I understand, but I think we've had, we had a great conversation about the shuttle that didn't end up that way. But at the same time, we both were sitting there saying, I don't know, let me look it up, I have to look into those things. Those are the responses that happen when you don't know.
Don't deny right now that I've come back with new information.
Look it up, go inside.
It doesn't, I'm not, my
That was Aaron.
nothing to do with the topic. My issue is exactly what I was saying. It's, you want to have a conversation about something, that's fine. You want to go do an experiment, that's fine too. But, it's not important. Hot mic.
Yeah, Aaron was going a little crazy last night. All right, so that's the first one. Now go play the second one so you guys can see what else has happened. And this is where he likes to blatantly BS.
Okay.
Wait, who was I attacking?
Stop it.
Who was I attacking?
Anyone you can.
No, just
stop
Dan.
it, Shawn.
First of all, Dan, you're the only one I was attacking on this panel because I think you're the biggest troll because you're not here for learning or understanding at all.
Bullshit.
I can bring up our hangout we just had, and I can show you every moment you acted that way. Would you like me to do that?
I asked over and over again for Blue's help, on radar today with Ned's help on radar, and for everyone.
I'm talking about the conversation that we had, Dan, where you weren't asking and being like you wanted to know shit. You were acting like you knew what you were talking about, and then when multiple people were seeing if you even had a clue, you would say responses that have nothing to do with the conversation. What's the index of refraction? 50 feet above. Are you serious? And when you do that over and over again, when it's the third and fourth time,
What are you
I'm
talking
gonna have
about?
a fucking whole different song about it.
What are you talking about?
I can bring it up if you want.
Go for it. What up?
Oh, Dan, I'm so happy you said go for it. So let's go for it.
So that's only the index of refraction thing was where he brought up that little 11-page citation and you couldn't get past the first paragraph of math, right?
Yes, yes. All right, listen it.
How can you understand the math behind the numbers given in the abstract version of that article?
I am going with the generality that we're using the least refractive area we can find.
No. Okay.
Okay,
So here's the situation.
Stop. So, Crash, don't talk yet, because don't talk yet.
Maybe a fun one.
All right, whew. You can talk now. I had to switch the mic over because I want to talk about what Dan just did. If you did not hear it, Dan did his little, as far as I know, I think they're in the refraction zone of 16.535. And no, Dan, you're wrong. And again, stop. You're embarrassing yourself. And he says, Shawn spent time on this. Such good effort, so little reward. Maximum and minimum ranges. Wow, how amazing. Yeah, Dan, has nothing. That's not even the terms you use in index of refraction in those tests. That's how we know you're dumb. Now, you think I took a lot of time, but realistically, these are all just me hitting a button called save replay. That's it. That's all I did. No effort. Trust me. No effort needed. So we're going to go ahead and continue on. So I got to go ahead and switch over again. Because it gets better, guys. It gets much better. Actually, I think... Oh, yeah, you can't talk. Don't talk.
C doesn't have that refraction on it. It's 100% conditions. I mean, the area does matter. It's a big part because it is a desert, so it's going to be less than somewhere else or blah, blah, blah. But it's not a set number there. Different days, different times of the year are going to change those numbers.
Working at sea level and shooting across it, wiping out a temperature inversion layer is kind of cool.
And the thing is it changes every day.
Changes during the day.
Yeah, so every moment. So to say that going to the Salton Sea to find the lowest that you could find it's not a truth. You wouldn't know unless you knew how to read the weather and the temperatures.
If refraction changed, that would mean to me the angle would change, which means to me that I shouldn't be able to do it under different temperature conditions in different days. Yeah, we have.
No, you will get different results.
Well, we don't. We get the same.
Okay, now we're in the situation of the last time, Dan. Show me these results.
I'd like to see the laser beam divergence.
Yeah.
Oh, I was wrong about some of that. The cone shape was over 100 feet.
Okay, but here's the thing, Dan. What you're saying, this is kind of where we were talking about in the beginning of this. So what's now happening in this conversation is you're making the claim that you guys are the crew that went out there, or part you were there, went to the Salton Sea because of its low index of refraction. And what I'm getting from you is that you're assuming that it has that the Salton Sea has a index of refraction, and it doesn't work that way. The index of refraction is the limit in which you would use these in the equations to the conditions that you have. And I live near Salton Sea. Those conditions are not a year-round thing.
All right, all I want you to know, and everyone really, is that these are amateurs making honest attempts at real science with repeatable results.
So are we. I'm nothing near a professional.
I beg you to meet me there and show me a laser beam bending.
Okay, here's the thing.
Through
A laser, you saying, show me a laser beam bending? I can show you a laser beam bending on right now on the screen. I can show you a laser, I can make those conditions happen. I can chat.
1 second. Or actually, don't say anything yet, Crash. I want to make this clear. Throughout this whole conversation, all I asked, Dan, is what's the index of refraction for air? Everything you guys are hearing right now is his run around. He's running around because he doesn't know how to answer it, because he has no clue what the index of refraction is. He has no clue what the people did at the Salton Sea to set up, what they were actually doing, or the results. Dan wasn't even near the shoreline. Dan was just making hamburgers. He's already admitted that. So I asked Dan repeatedly, Dan, don't include yourself in that test as if you were part of the team. Dan gives 3 or 4 numbers, and those are the distances, and that's it. He has no idea what they're shooting to, what they're supposed to see, or even worse, he doesn't even know how to interpret the results. If you guys are looking in the chat, he's telling you what he believes the results are. Problem is those aren't the results. Not only are they not the results, 1 second. Not only are they not the results, but pathetically, he doesn't even know how to phrase how results would be phrased. It's pretty bad.
Those conditions where I live. I don't have to go to the Salton Sea. You're acting as if the Salton Sea is a special place. What? Dan, okay. Dan, did you do the experiment or were you just happened to be there? Do you understand how to set up the experiment? Do you understand how the experiment takes? Don't say, hang on, stop. Do you understand? Do you understand how, Dan, do you understand how to set up that laser? What you're even doing with that laser? How you're looking for these numbers?
Need a tighter beam. It's not the right way.
That's your scientific idea of how to set it up. Like,
No, just we go back. We should spend money on the divergence problem because I heard it was over.
what's the divergent problem? Yeah.
Tell me, Chief.
What's the divergent problem?
Just want to address him again. So Dan says in the chat, I paid for materials and flares and paid for the for food for 25 people, you unsportsmanlike tard. What's wrong with we? When I was there, because Dan, you were there, and you may have contributed to some hamburgers or some materials and a couple flares. In the test that we're going to look at, there were no flares. I would love to know the materials, and the reason why you can't say we is because you express your view on what the results interpreted, when in reality you don't understand. So I don't want to hear you say it. That's the funny part. And trust me, buddy, like I said, I ain't upset at all. I'm actually having fun now because people actually get to hear this shit.
What's that diversion?
And say it's not straight, even though.
Do you mean the width of the laser at the end result, right? The set. Huh?
We need a tighter beam. Don't make it.
Well, that's the thing. I need to know you understand it, because if you don't, okay. So then,
Not retarded.
okay. How about this? What is the index refraction for air?
I would only do it in low conditions where I don't need to measure it. Because
Again, he did it again. That's my favorite part. Again, we wouldn't need. Let's let Dan say it again.
What is the index refraction for air?
only do it in low conditions where I don't need to measure it. Because
No. See, that's what I'm saying. Air.
you're not saying anything.
No, I am literally.
Oops. Damn screen. Hang on. There we go.
Do you understand? Do you understand? Have those conditions show you a laser beam bending on right now on the screen.
Let me get to it.
Do you understand a diversion problem and for air?
There we go.
I need to know you understand it because if you don't, okay.
Dan said, I'm not retarded. Now listen. Dan, what's the index refraction in air? It's pretty actually simple.
Then, okay, how about this? What is the index refraction for air?
I would only do it in low conditions where I don't need to measure it. Because
No. Index refraction for air.
I would only do it in low conditions where I don't need to measure it. Because
No. Refraction for air.
I would only do it in low conditions where I don't need to measure it. Because
No. See, that's what I'm saying. Air.
you're not saying anything.
No, I am literally.
Yeah, Dan. You say yawn, and we all sit here and go, you're a joke. So that's just one of the many we still have to go. Now, Dan, if you want to come on and talk about what we've heard just for right now, you're more than welcome to. I would actually love for you to come on right now, under my rules. If not, whatever. He says, the lasers at 17 miles are diverging as much as 100 feet. Wow, you don't know what you're talking about at all. And we could see a tighter beam. Nav uses a pencil beam for a targeting at 25 all day long line of sight. Show it. Actually, I don't need you to show it. I could only imagine what the fuck that would look like from you. He says, what does that mean, Shawn? We exclude your calculations. Your calculation? Okay. No, actually, they don't. And they talked about it as well. They literally talked about it in the test. And we're going to play that, Dan. So again, you've been caught in yet another lie. And yeah, it's pathetic, Dan. It's bad. Please save yourself. Sam, you just got here. Would you like me? Metal. The reason I am bothering with Dan is because Dan likes to lie to people. He likes to lie to himself. And here at Truth Army Soldier, I don't give a fuck if you're the weakest totem pole flat earther or a content creator. This is where I'm going to start letting people know the real deal. And Dan is Dan is 100% using flat earth for his bullshit. Yeah, so hey Dan, you want to come on and explain yourself like a professional does? Because seeing how you think you are, more than welcome to. You're gonna have to listen to me, but hey, at least you'll be able to defend yourself without having to type it all out. Wait, which video would you like me to start, Dan? More of you sounding retarded about shit? Or would you like which one do we want to do? Oh, okay. So everyone to see this. So Dan, the videos Dan shared, and Dan's done this 1,000 times. I tell him not to share the same ones with me, and he does. I want you guys to see something real quick. This is what Dan likes to do. Dan likes to cut up people's shit and use other people's stuff. But here's the reality of it. I told Dan, don't give me the same footage, because Dan's given me the same Salton Sea footage 4 times now. And I'm not even talking about counting this one or today. But remember this? Remember the target and the whole infrared crap. Yeah, pointless, Dan. But we're gonna look at it anyway, and I got some talking points on that because Dan, again, like, what I don't get is, first of all, in this one, because this one is basically the same thing, but you know, it's just, this is like the flat Earth side of it, but it's a mixture of flat Earth and the Center of Inquiry Investigations Group. So they're talking in it. They get to talk in it, and you hear the reality of what's going on and how flat Earth is still wrong. And we have this other one, which we're going to go over, the one with the 7-Day Truth Seeker. We're going to play both, because what happens is 7th-Day Truth Seeker is the biggest fucking liar content creator I've seen in a long time. He just lies out his ass this whole fucking thing. It's funny. It's actually worse than Dan, because he really thinks he knows what he's talking about. And then this one, where it's when skeptics meet deniers. This one, they bold-faced lie, the flat earthers. To be perfectly clear, whoever these guys are on the phone, at the beginning, very touchy. I don't know where I gotta find it. Yeah, but anyway, we'll find it in a second. So here we go. Yeah, Dan, here's the thing. How about this? Let's see who's in here. If there is any flat earther in this channel, please explain to me what I have said falsely about any of the footage we've watched so far. Because Dan, what you say means jack all shit, because everyone here is literally watching your BS right in front of their faces. So we're gonna go over and go over this real quick. Second. All right, here we go. So this one is the mixture of flat Earth and the other one, and we're gonna go there. Oh, Dan, you weren't there for the Nat Geo one. That's crazy, because here's the thing. How come there's similar tests in both of these then? So which one were you there for?
Science. Extraordinary claims are everywhere, but is there any evidence? We are the Center for Inquiry Investigations Group. We use science and its methods to examine these claims and disseminate our findings to the public. This episode, Flat Earth. With a growing online community convinced that the Earth...
Hey, what's up, Blue? Stay muted, because you'll blow out the mics.
Flat Earthers join us. Curvature of the Earth test.
Yeah, so that's a wonderful intro, right? So let's go to right here. So this first test that they're doing here is, what they're doing is that they're on the other side, and they'll explain in a second, but they're raising balloons up. 2 balloons, and the objective is from the distance they're at, which is, look at my notes, Dan, because you know notes are very important to give you an idea of what you're talking about, so you don't just babble on for no damn reason, pretending to know. Okay, so this first one is at, let me see, ta-da. Yeah, Dan, this is what's called searching through notes when you actually have them. These things are crazy, Dan, because what happens is you're actually able to put information down and then review through it after, so you don't lie. Okay, here we go. So this test is the balloon test. Oh, that was just where Nathan lies out of his teeth. Okay, you love that part. Train, because that was pathetic. Okay, so this is, I think, is at the 5.5 miles or 7.4. We're going to find out right now because we're going to talk about it.
And we just scouted the balloon location. 2 different targets that we're going to be looking at on the shores of the Salton Sea. One is a giant balloon-based target that we're going to be looking at from 10 miles across. The other one is a 9-foot boat-based target that we'll be looking at from the shore. I'm confident the Earth is round. I'm not confident about anything else about our plan.
Some people think there's an edge to flat Earth, and we're under a dome. I don't know because I haven't been allowed to go to Antarctica.
The alarm went off at 3:50 this morning, and we headed out to the Salton Sea. One group, the balloon team, went to Desert Shores. That's our target on the other side of the Salton Sea. The other group came to the Salton Sea recreational area. That's the observing team. And we set it up so that we could raise a balloon up in the air and see how high it had to be before.
Now, I want to make it very clear. 2 seconds ago in the chat, Dan said that Nat Geo, which is the crew that ran this, he said, this is Nat Geo lying, and I could explain if you'd let me. Dan, I'm going to let you, but we're going to watch this real quick because you're lying again. Here's the problem and how I know you're lying, Dan. Nathan and a whole bunch of other flat earthers were all on each side. They all were there. They all saw what was going on. So no, there was no bullshitting. And Dan, this is your footage. This is stuff you sent me, Dan. You not understand that? You sent me this. Now listen very carefully. Listen very carefully before you talk. Do not speak right now, because if you speak, you are going to blow out the speakers. So do not talk until I get to you.
I am Mark Sargent. We are at the Salton Sea, and we are here witnessing a test to see whether the curvature of the Earth exists or not.
Anything's going to happen out here. The same thing that happens for every curvature experiment. There's no curve whatsoever. There's not going to be 40 feet of curvature. That's for sure.
Okay, but here's a really good thing. If you do go down to the Antarctic Circle, you can film the star pattern, and they will go clockwise because you're spinning to the east. And if you go then to the North Pole, these stars will spin the.
Scientists tell us, across a span of 9.61 miles, we should be able to predict that an object about 34 feet tall would be completely hidden under the horizon, under the curvature. But if the Earth is flat, you should be able to see it right away. So that's going to give us room to test whether the Earth is curved or flat.
This is a tough find. We're looking almost 10 miles across a body of water. We were in constant conversation, and they were telling us at what level the target was. When it got to a certain level, and we could see it, then we asked them again what height it is. What height is it? Is the balloon in the air? What height is it? And we couldn't see it until it was 45 feet actually up in the air. See the two balloons? We see the target flying now, but a little bit of a mirror effect with the top.
All right, give me 1 second, guys, before you talk. Do not talk yet. All right, so let me make it so they can hear you. All right, so we're gonna go over the idea of what we just watched, just for right now. So what they did is they raised the balloon or the hypothesis was they raised the balloon at 34 feet, and they would not be able to see it any lower than that if there was a curve. This is I'm going to say 10 miles, which is further than it actually was. And they did not see those balloons, which we see in the bottom of the screen right now, until it got to 47 feet. Now, the reason for all the extra feet there, Dan, before you say it, is refraction. They had to account for that. We can see the refraction happening. I can show you where the refraction happens at. And again,
there's a very distinct mirage layer that'll change numbers too.
And I'm see where my cursor is. That is the refraction line. That line kind of shows you guys are wrong again. Now, Dan, you say you can explain this. Again, I don't care if you were angry with how I talk or not. This is how it's going to work here. You're going to explain how I'm wrong or how Nat Geo lies. I'm not going to let you ramble on for minutes on end. I'm going to let you talk, but I'm not going to let you ramble. So go ahead. The floor is yours. You're muted.
Should we start or end with the infrared that you've seen across the same space?
We're going to start here because
right.
the other, Dan, shut up. Shut up.
Listen,
hey, what did I just tell you? What did I tell you? We're not playing that game here. So shut the fuck up. You're right. I'm not, because I'm trying to fucking talk. Because this is the same video and it has the same footage in it as the other one. And again, you gave me this video. You understand that, right? You shared this with me. Okay, go ahead. Now, do you want to discuss? Do you want to discuss?
I did not
what we just saw. Okay, do you want to discuss what we just saw? I don't care. Fine, you didn't.
Well, you
Fine.
care.
Okay, guess what? Dan, you didn't. Okay, now explain this to me because this is a Salton Sea. This is a test that happened at the Salton Sea, and seeing how you think it's flat. Explain to me what happened in this scenario. Go.
First of all, I'd like to get to the next scene.
Yeah, I understand that, but I explained to you that we're doing it under my rules. Yeah, this is my hangout. So explain this one.
The fact that you've seen the footage on the ground prior to this, and that it was over an hour earlier, and the fact that you know that this experiment was flawed by design because they couldn't find the target.
They found the target. It's right there.
Yeah, we found the target. Do you understand?
Hang on. Let me go back.
Not let you anything.
Yeah, like time out. Fuck you. Hey, time out. Let me make this very clear one more time, Dan. This is my fucking hangout, and I'm trying to tell you, and you're not going to overtalk me. You're not going to overtalk me when I'm trying to prove how wrong you are. Not here, buddy. So let me make this very straight. Let me make this very clear to you. The guy in Nat Geo said it very clearly. We had flat earthers on one side, and we had flat earthers on our side. The flat earthers are the ones who told them whether or not they saw it.
Reach for it.
Listen.
You can get it. Come on. You can.
Do you want to play it again? Want me to play it again? Because Nathan was standing right there. Nathan's the one who said they saw the balloon.
Playing footage I supplied you.
I don't give a fuck.
Fuck off.
Okay, piece the fuck up and get off my panel, and I'll continue on. Bye. If you don't like it, shut the fuck up and leave. Because that's how it's rolling on this one. Yeah, period. Because guess what? This proves it's not flat.
That you're a punk and that you're reaching. Punk.
I'm reaching? Well, let me play it again.
The other way, and that's exactly how
now,
you would
everyone else is going to hear it because I'm not in the mood to listen to you yell through it.
On the shores of the Salton Sea, one is a giant balloon.
The flat Earth, and we're under
this morning, and we headed out to the Salton Sea. One group, the balloon team, went to Desert Shores. That's our target on the other side of the Salton Sea.
He says one team went to one side, that's a target side, and the other side is on the recreation side, the observing side. Guess who's on the observing side? Nathan.
The other group came to the Salton Sea recreational area.
Is that tinfoil they hung from them balloons?
Yeah.
And
or no, it's like a weird.
So that we could raise the balloon up in the air,
blanket,
and see how high it had to be before you could see it on the other shore.
Probably to make it easier to see.
We are at the Salton Sea, and we are here
right now. What you're looking at is Nathan and Mark Sargent, and they are on the observer side.
And you're baffled by what, Shawn?
I ain't baffled by shit. I know exactly what I'm looking at.
So, well, what are you saying, dude?
And look, there on this side are a bunch of other flat earthers. Because they talk about it the whole time. Look, look. Who's that in the white shirt? Who's that in the white shirt, Dan?
What are you saying?
Who's that in the white shirt? Who's that in the white shirt? Who is that in the white shirt? Who is that in the white shirt, Dan? Right. I'm trying to prove to you that your full of shit blanket bullshit claim that Nat Geo's lying is based on your fucking dumbass friends, Nathan and the other flat earthers that were standing there who were the ones who observed the balloon and told them when they saw it.
I'm sorry. We have footage of it.
Right.
Will you move on?
Nope.
because you won't let me show it. You're just going to deny.
I'm going to show
You're
it.
a denier.
Yeah.
You're a whining denier.
Yeah,
Move
Dan.
on. Move
Pathetic.
on.
You're pathetic.
Can I talk about the next part of this before it happens?
Oh,
Just
no. We're going to talk about this one first.
Why? Because this guy didn't know the math. He didn't know anything about it.
Actually, he knew the math.
This guy
he actually
discounted himself 2 weeks ago in front of me as he's not a scientist.
Oh yeah, like guess what, buddy? You're not a scientist either. Second of all, you think I'm going to believe anything you have to say about whether or not that guy's credentials are good? Hell no. I'm telling you right now, that guy, he's the voice you hear telling you all the fucking numbers.
This guy doesn't know any numbers. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I just met with him 3 weeks ago.
Okay. Do you understand? Do you understand? Again, shut up. Shut up. When you hear me talk, you stop talking.
Disrespectful piece of crap.
Dan, you lost your opportunity, buddy. Goodbye. Anyway, that guy.
That's going to give him some crayons.
Yeah, I don't have time for Dan. I'll just make Dan look stupid, and that's his fault. He decided to go that route. The guy that he keeps saying is a liar is the guy that was giving off the numbers. The part that makes it so Dan looks stupid is that Nathan Thompson is the guy who says when they observe it, not the Nat Geo people. Nathan Thompson told him when he observed it. And then on the other side, you ready? The other side is the side that told them how high it was. And guess who's over there? Flat Earthers. They made sure the Flat Earthers gave them the numbers and not them hiding it or anything like that. They wanted to get them involved. The reason I know Dan wasn't involved was because if Dan was involved, what would have happened is that if we go and ask Nathan for those numbers, guess what's going to happen? Nathan's going to give us those numbers. Anyone that was at that site is going to give us the numbers that Nat Geo gave. Why? Because they were there for it. The reason why Dan can't give us the numbers is because Dan wasn't there. Dan may have been there at the Salton Sea, but Dan wasn't involved in the observation or this test at all.
Even if Dan had the numbers, he wouldn't know what to do with any of them.
Well, that's the bigger part of it. If Dan was there, you're right. He would have heard something. But the fact that he can't give you one goddamn thing is pathetic. Pathetic. And Dan, again, and he puts in the chat 123 miles, 180 feet in height accounts for 10,000. Dan, you're stupid. Stop talking. And that San Jacinto, it has about 7,000 feet hidden behind it. Uneducated, unresearching dumbass. Jesus fucking Christ.
I always love when they bring up the San Jacinto. I love the San Jacinto thing that they push.
Yeah, it's insane.
Thank you.
There's a little bit of a mirror effect.
Almost
now
the foot.
bobbing
Thank you
right
for proving the globe.
Mm-hmm. And again, Dan, I'm sorry, buddy. Everything in this whole thing is a result of, guess what? That curve. Now, we'll go to the next one, just because I like it, the fact that Dan screwed up his only opportunity to have an explanation for himself by being a fucking jackass. So Dan wanted me to look at this one. Now, this guy is actually 10 times worse. He basically blankly lies this whole time. Everything out of his mouth. My favorite part.
Can I get a link to the video?
Absolutely.
The idea is that if the Earth is curved,
doesn't that look familiar?
Scientists tell us across.
Yes, it looks like
it's the same fucking video, Dan. You fucking moron. Jesus Christ.
So did somebody just voice over this, I guess is what I'm taking?
Yeah, other flat earthers. Or that truth seeker guy. And I'm telling you, this guy lies out his ass. It's pretty bad. Yeah, it's bad.
Completely
really bad.
Intellectually dishonest bullshit.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna take you guys to the best part. Okay. He states at this point, this train is
reason we see both
or actually no one can see it. Hang on 1 second. He's saying that the train we're looking at right now is disappearing from the bottom up, and what we are seeing is not refraction or any miraging. It's just far away.
There's no refraction or miraging in that picture, is his claim?
Yep, none at all.
Which train are you talking about? The
Yeah.
one on the top or the one on the bottom?
We're gonna pretend and say the top one for right now. Okay, so
the top train. Okay.
Wait, whoa. What train?
And so you know that's 7 miles.
Can you prove there's a train on the bridge?
Were you there to see it
You were
yourself?
seeing the
Okay. Oh, you guys are gonna love this. This is amazing. This is
Is he
amazing.
claiming to see this train from 7 miles with no atmospheric refraction, no miraging, from 7 miles at the same level as the train?
How about this? So that Dan doesn't call me a liar, let's let 7-Day Truther say it himself. Okay, so here's the deal, guys. Everyone on the panel, you didn't know, you have to mute your mics, or you don't even have to mute, but you can't talk because I got to switch. I'm switching out between headphones and speakers, and if you talk, you're going to blow everyone's speakers out. Okay? So no one can talk. Amazing, Dan, because I got 5 people on this panel right now who can follow directions. All right, here we go.
into the haze, not over.
Right here? It's less than a mile away from me, yet I can't see it. Does that mean it's hidden behind the curve?
So I'm just going to give everyone a narrative. At this point right now, he says the tracks are a mile away, or the train is a mile away. And the area of track that is miraging, he says, is that track hidden behind the curve?
The train is above the curve, it turns the airplane. And where are the wheels? Well, they're the first to disappear because they are the closest to the ground where the atmospheric distortion is the greatest. You are seeing the train disappear from the bottom up for the same reason we see boats disappear from the bottom.
Oh, you're going to love this part.
Not due to curvature, but due to atmospheric distortion. The difference is that distortion over water all looks blue, instead of green and yellow and red and black and silver, like the distortion of the train. When the distortion is all blue, it's hard to distinguish it from the water itself. So it appears as if the boat is disappearing over blue water instead of into blue atmospheric haze. So now imagine somebody standing on the track next to the train here, holding a couple balloons. Would you see that person or their balloons? Not on this hazy day. But if I had filmed this train on a clearer, cooler day with less atmospheric distortion, we'd be able to see the train and the person with their balloons. In fact, many people have been making this point using observational evidence for quite a while now. They simply shoot footage of the same distant objects from the same location, but on different days. Some days the object is completely obscured by atmospheric distortion, and other days not so much. The object is always there, it's just that sometimes it's blocked from our view by haze. Of course, the globe believers say the object is always hidden by the curve of the Earth. Sometimes refraction just looms it up and around that curve so that we can see it. They are welcome to that belief, but they are arguing facts not in evidence, since it has never been shown that refraction can project objects and light sources up and around an obstruction so that observers on the other side of the obstruction can see them.
You mean like refraction?
And they're arguing against facts in evidence.
Oh, that's my favorite part.
Everyone has seen the real effects of refraction, obscuring and distorting objects that are otherwise clearly visible. By the way, my train finally began to disappear at about 7 miles, but notice that it didn't disappear over a curve. Instead, it just faded into the haze of the atmosphere, bottom up, like boats do.
I mean, what do I say besides, oh my fucking God? You guys can talk now. I know you guys got something to say.
It looked like a ship going over the horizon. The train actually raised up in the frame, and there's a whole fuck ton of miraging in that image.
Oh yeah, just a little fuck ton. just a little fuck ton.
Maybe he didn't need to.
Now, here's my favorite part.
For those playing the home game, a fuck ton is of roughly 2,000 ass loads.
Let's see what the next one will be. So this one, look, wow, Dan, it's not the different one, huh? Really? Because I would have got.
It's the same fucking video voiced over by this other idiot.
Yeah, no. And here's the thing, I was going to play both for that reason. I'm just going to kind of skip over, try to get to... Oh, here's the part I wanted to show you guys. And this one for sure is Dan's. This one shows you how they are the ones who gave all the information out. Dan. So, here, eat your words. All right, guys. No talk.
Able to see the balloons through his P900 before they...
All right, Josh, help them.
Okay, here's the fun part about what just happened, and I love this. So, guess Josh is my buddy. Josh wasn't on the observer side. Josh was in the parking lot, which is adjacent to the left, right to the left of where these guys are standing. They're trying to chase it around as they go around Salton Sea, that bend. They're trying to find it as they go along that way to see if they can see it from closer or like halfway, and then start moving backwards. Because, again, Nathan's on the other side. You'll see in a second.
Eyes on it. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's... This is Joshua. Hey, find Joshua. Okay, Joshua has seen... Okay, I'm going to call Nathan right now. He's got...
If Joshua was at the observer side, which you've already seen, Nathan wouldn't have to go find him and or call him. Dan.
Josh Mail. Josh Mail. There it is. And I'm going to... And look there. Yeah, go. Okay, Nathan.
So how far away do you say we're off the ladder right now?
10 feet, maybe?
10 feet?
I say that too. I mean, 15 at the very
You should know, Dan. You were there.
So they were seeing the balloons at only 10 feet off the water.
Yeah,
They
listen.
also couldn't see them until they were 45 feet up.
And there's where he starts getting disingenuous because, again, can't hear. Is it just low, B-ball? You guys should be able to hear it, but you won't. No one else is talking though. Yeah, it's. Here's the thing. They didn't. The guy Josh wasn't there. He wasn't on the observer side. And again, are you sure? Because let me make this very clear. He says, "Call Nathan. Tell him to find Josh. Tell him to call Josh." Why would he need to do that? Do you not listen when you do this, Dan? Do you literally not listen? Second of all, your boy Truth Seeker here, he's already discredited himself with that bullshit ass train fucking skit or train thing he just did. Sorry, buddy. Let's continue on because this is fun.
Fortunately,
Oh, that's the other one. Josh has a P900 and he's off to the side. He's not recording through this whole thing. Then Nathan says, "I wasn't recording." Yeah, hey Dan, I know what Nathan Thompson looks like.
No matter, a lot of us have confirmed his observation. Right now, I want to get back to this 45.
And he lies again. If a lot of you had confirmed this, where is it? Where is that footage, Dan? Huh? This is actually a lot easier than I thought it would be.
You see what I do? Yep, IIG, third blunder of the day. Let's take a look at how Earth curvature...
So now what he wants to say, and this is what really boggles my mind. Nat Geo, their hypothesis on where they should see it if a globe versus where they should see it if... hang on, guys. Let me see you guys can talk because I know you guys have got something to say. All right, you guys can talk. What?
Okay.
Okay.
Dan, just something to address in the chat with you. You have every reason to lie.
Oh, yeah, big time.
You really do.
Yeah, you've already shown you're a liar. And you've already shown that you're willing to share liars' information as well. Because this whole chat, my panel, and me narrating has affirmed that you are full of shit. Hello, Channel Q.
He passed that off the other night with that fucking refraction paper that he cherry picked the one quote out of, but couldn't plug any of the numbers in for it.
And so what this guy's trying to do right now is he's trying to say, which makes zero sense. Nat Geo said 34 feet would be about where they started to see it. They didn't see it until 47. TruthSeeker, he's literally arguing that because it was higher to observe it, they were lying.
The fuck?
Now, here it gets worse. It gets much worse. His numbers, when he does it in his head, let me show you. He says at one point, oops, let me go back. He says at one point, right there, he says with using the curve calculator in this, in Mick West's standard curve calculator, standard refraction, that should be 74 feet.
What the hell did he base that off of? We know how big their balloon rig was.
Oh, no,
right?
no. It was 47 feet, but TruthSeeker's numbers. And probably Dan's too, because Dan's claiming to fame on this one. Now, the next one is the one Dan keeps trying to boast as the most proof ever. This one. Okay. Let me show you. First of all, this is certain distance. Let me see.
0.22 miles. That's just.
Let me see one more time, because he said it and I didn't hear him.
Okay, so that's them at 1.22 miles.
That's 1.22 miles.
That's just at the horizon, so we're not starting to lose any of the stripes yet.
Judging by James' mention.
Okay, so he said they're at 1.22 miles and just at the horizon. He did not say at the horizon, just at it. And that's of their observer height. And now he's kind of going to go fudging through the numbers, blah, blah, blah. He's trying to show that the where the observer is. The funny part is that's not the observer. See the guy to the left of this guy? That's the guy observing. The guy on the ground, Dan, is called a spotter. So, see how high this is?
Majority of one stripe at the bottom.
Here they come. Okay, so I'm zoomed in as far as I can. Just barely see the red.
So it was about what we expected to see.
Okay.
It's
there, that entire bottom stripe was gone for a minute.
Yeah, and again, the numbers that they got work. The numbers that the guy got, he's using at the 1 foot mark. Remember that guy he showed at the side that was laying down?
Yeah, the spotter.
Yeah, he's trying to say this guy is the guy they're using the numbers on, and how much should be obstructed. Unfortunately, Dan, see that guy on the ground right there? That's the guy. That's the real spot. See how that camera? See how that thing has a really cool little lens on the front of it?
So Nat Geo used a P900.
Did that camera come right out of their head?
Huh?
Sorry.
No, his camera's hanging off to the side, but it focuses straight ahead.
Yeah. So again, Dan, thank you for the footage.
Well, you can tell just by looking at the shot that it's not the guy laying on the ground. Come on.
Well, come on. Do you think Dan can figure that out?
Well, I mean, I would hope so. I would,
No.
Nope.
You
Nope.
can't.
Nope. Not even a little bit.
So I think he doesn't want to then.
Who? Dan?
Yeah.
Doesn't want what?
Because if you were laying on the ground taking that shot, dude, the water would look like really close to the lens and very large.
Yeah, Dan's a liar. And this one as well. Because I already done this one. Dan is
Preaching to the
choir. So Dan likes to say that this footage is also proof.
Camera and mirror less than 5 feet off water level. And that brings us to our next round of tests on
What's that,
June
dolphins?
1st and
What was
2nd
that?
of
I don't even
2019.
know. It was just
Almost
bullshit.
a year to the day of the IIG tests.
If you took that
When
image and
Wendell and I
compressed
got
it,
there
it
on
would show
Saturday to
curvature.
scout some locations, the haze was terrible. There are actually a bunch of mountains out here, but we
Just
couldn't see them. A little later, and the haze had burned off enough that we could see a very distorted western shore about 10 miles away, but nothing yet to the south.
And can any flat earther actually hold a fucking camera level?
Let me show you something. So remember, yeah, actually, it's Glover's.
It's hard to hold cameras level when you're shaking from withdrawals from meth.
I want to show you guys something. And I tried to show Dan this, and Dan is obviously a bitter man. So he doesn't like when I do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. I know this area like the back of my hand. And the one thing Dan keeps forgetting to mention, ready for this? Hey, Dan, those mountains aren't that low, but guess why they appear to be? Can someone answer that question? Curvature, that's right. Say it with me, Dan. Curvature. One more time. You're wrong all the time. Oh, wrong one. Sorry, my bad.
Maybe it's just the word, Sean.
Which one? Yeah.
Stop saying curvature. Well, let's call it anti-flatness.
Oh, okay. So here's where they are: Salton Sea. Now you see this band of dark set shaded mountains on that my cursor's on, or you guys can't. No one can see it. Hang on. Bam. There we go.
We are talking about the same guy that took 20 minutes to answer a yes or no question last night.
Yeah. But I this is a fun part for me. See the dark band where my cursor is? That's the mountains you see in the distance. And no, Dan, you don't lose that much of the mountains just because of haze. Now, let me see if I can get a little guy to go over there so you can see how tall that is. Oh my God, perfect. Check this out. Okay, so Salton Sea is out there. The mountains they're looking at are behind those. Let me get a better one. 8th Street looks.
Are they still on that Google Earth proves a flat Earth? Is that still a thing?
I hope not. I haven't heard them talk about it in a while. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they've moved on to their.
What are primer fields?
What are primer fields? That's where they blow shit up.
No, what's a primer field, dude? This is important because, can that replace gravity somehow?
Oh, I don't.
You're talking about that electromagnetic stuff that's going on right now. No, I got a video coming out about that.
Well, see, because Orphan Red right now is doing this live stream about primer fields. She's actually just had the video paused, and she's been going on and on about vitamin water that she doesn't like to drink. But I was just concerned, should I even watch this? I mean, can primer fields be gravity? I just want to know before I waste my time.
No, they're extremely... It's a really theoretical thing that has to do with electromagnetism, but it won't replace gravity. It'll just reinforce gravity.
Hypothetical. It's not a theory yet.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
See those big ass mountains, Dan, are those hazy brown out, like the dark mountains you can see in the background that aren't very high off the water? Those are those big ass mountains right there. Sorry, buddy. Funked again. That was easy.
This is the infrared footage, right?
Yeah, which is even weirder. I don't like. You guys are weird. And look, they even took a shot of it.
Salton City to the North Shore Rec area.
So that's infrared.
Oh my God! Huh? What?
If that's infrared, why didn't they scale it different to give bigger contrast on different? Never mind.
Oh, well, I can only imagine how he edit. Look, perfect. Do you see those mountains in the background? You see those big ass mountains?
No, what? Where are they?
Okay, make it so you can see. Say.
No, I can see.
No. I know. Oh, I know.
They're so big. How could I not see?
Hang on. No. I want to.
Practically a picture of mountains.
This is so awesome, and you know what? I didn't even see this part of the footage yet. This is all just beautiful to me right now. Yep.
I put the numbers through the curve calculator. If we use the 4-foot actual camera, not the 2-foot spotter, then using standard atmospheric refractions, we were supposed to lose about 0.68 of a foot, which is exactly what we saw.
What you're looking at on the screen is the ridge line.
Here's hips.
That is the ridge line, Dan. That's the ridge line we're about to look at.
Look, it's just a rabbit.
Ah, this is so beautiful.
Wait, was that a dolphin?
That's the
A
fucking
little
ridge
later
line.
still, in the
That's the fucking. You.
This one seems like it's higher
haze
than
was
the other
really
one.
burning off.
Nope, because they're looking at the recreation center still, which is right
Jaron
there.
and Nathan arrived at the rec area
Wait, go
with their
back to that other one that you were drawing on again.
Because he just said it too. He said Nathan and somebody else were at the rec center. That's what he was looking at. They said,
this
"Oh,
one's definitely lower.
no.
Than the
Okay, if you go
I
back,
can see this grass and shit.
no.
Yeah, I wanna kiss the grass.
Okay, I'm gonna make it so you guys can hear it. So you could, because he says, even the guy says, I'm not sure if you saw the measurement part, right? Kind of hard to find, but I'll find.
How come you got Dan in the chat? He can't come in here and talk like a rational human being.
Apparently not. Trying to find that little calculator thing he was doing.
Hey, Sean, don't think I didn't notice that you avoided my awkward question.
I forgot.
Yeah, everybody said you did.
Not my fault. Kind of not. Well, it is.
All these observations prove is that
Yeah, sorry.
they are an enormous waste of time.
Yep.
Pretty much. Yeah.
You can learn
When you,
absolutely nothing from it.
Yeah.
I just love that when you actually use the
Yes,
camera
where's
that
the
was recording
grass?
the boat. When you actually use the camera that was recording the boat and not the height of the
This
of the
shot
spotter.
is definitely taken at a much higher elevation than that other one you were showing with the.
Oh, yeah.
The red one, I can see the grass.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're 100% right. Hmm? They're way off the water right there. Hmm? They're off, but good.
If you actually use the height of the 4-foot camera and not the 2-foot spotter, then you see exactly what you expect to see.
Ooh. Wait, Brian. You're telling me that Truth Seeker misrepresented?
I'm not sure if Truth Seeker knows how to actually tell the truth.
What? His name is Truth Seeker. I'm a Truth Army
Doesn't
soldier.
mean he has to report it correctly. Just because
Aw.
he's seeking the truth doesn't mean that he'll tell you the truth. He may be
Ah.
trying to keep that all to himself.
True.
And I'm really a paid shill.
Sounds like a routine case of misrepresentation and false advertising.
Yep.
Look, Dan said flag/banner should have been obstructed by 24 inches, and it was not. But Dan, that's not even enough information for us to even care.
You guys talk among yourself. I gotta take a.
Dan, that would be the case if the camera were the spotter and there were no atmospheric refraction. When you account for standard refraction and apply it to the actual 4-foot height on the camera, really what you'd be missing is about 7 or 8 inches.
He's concerned that the lady yelled, "The stripes are disappearing one by one."
When she sees a stripe starting to disappear, I can imagine that that's exactly what she would say. I don't know how that's supposed to discredit anyone. If she sees the bottom stripe starting to disappear from the bottom up, is she supposed to say, the stripes aren't disappearing? Look, everything's fine?
She's supposed to say, "Everybody turn around, nobody look at the banner and see those stripes disappearing." I'm lying about the shape of the earth. Turn around, look away from the shore. Everyone look away. One stripe, people, is not one by one. Oh, that's his
You
point.
have to
He's saying that she implied that more than one stripe disappeared, when only one stripe did disappear.
Okay, she made an inference. I don't see how that's a big deal. Does that invalidate everything about her? That'd be like saying, because
It's
you
kinda
want...
like, yeah, that's kind of like what I don't even think we could admit that in court because it's like some kind of hearsay. 'Cause we got to decide what she's talking about and whether or not you know it correctly in your memory.
Oh,
I'm
Dan,
done. You
I know
people
that...
don't really care. Go back to trolling yourselves. Okay.
Dan, we love you. We really wish you would come back to the Globe side. I'm sorry that you think we're trolling ourselves, but if you're gonna fuck off, you have my permission.
Hey Dan, why don't you stick around? We might make some hamburgers on the grill and shit. We might grill out.
Yeah.
I know,
Oh,
right?
damn
He
it.
thinks we're hysterical.
Damn it, we chased him off before Blue had a chance to beat him up about marine radars.
He doesn't want to talk about that anymore.
When we talked to Orphan Red about that, she'll talk about it. She's over here. Wait, where'd she go? Oh, I accidentally closed her. Hold on, I'll get her back. What's she doing? She's still talking about vitamin water while showing that stupid picture.
I still can't believe she made it into Mensa, but at the same time, I don't really think that's an accomplishment.
Dude, she probably tried to get in it like 18 times and then finally did. Oh wait, she's not talking about vitamin water anymore.
What's the new topic?
.3D printing services. She's still not talking about this primer fields video she has up. I've been waiting. She put it up, and then she just started talking about everything else in the world except for it.
What the hell is she? What the hell is a primer field?
I don't know. I was trying to figure it out.
Oh, if I'm reading this right, it looks like it may be a part of the electric universe idea.
Oh, horse shit.
I had a phone call. Sorry.
That's fine. We're sitting here trying to figure out what in the hell a primer field is. Oh, it has something to do between magnetism and geometric resonance.
There's a guy on.
Oh wait, I think she's talking shit about
Yes,
FE
and
core,
there's
guys.
a guy that tried.
She's talking shit about she's throwing shade at FE core, guys.
Damn. So did I miss anything else while I was on the phone?
I mean, you missed Dan rage quitting and fucking off.
No, not really. These guys just make up stuff.
He came back?
I mean, he was in the chat and we were having a little talk with him. And, oh, would you look at that? He actually did come back and chat again. And now he's, I don't know, he may be trying to leave.
If you want to hear more about the primer field, it's Dead Kennedy and space.
Well, Dan,
crashes your robot real hard.
Dan, would you like to see the Garmin video where it tells you your shipborne radar can only see about 4 miles to the horizon? You had some questions about that. Turns out it's pretty
There's
easy to
a
find the
primer
answers. All you have
fields
to
and
do is
shit,
fucking look for
and
them.
had absolutely no idea what he was talking about. That I'm trying to. Is this better?
That's much better. I was thinking this primer fields thing was going to be something like people talking about switching down to 432 hertz to listen to music.